G'day guys, Jason here, aka Leap Flight, and I'm just going to do the PDB section of my benchtop build of the ImpulseRC Reverb. So basically I did a benchtop build of the Reverb and I did that without the PDB because that's probably how I'm going to build my Reverb. However, some of you will be using the PDB, and I've got one, so I just thought I'd show you how that's supposed to get installed, and it's actually pretty easy. So you've got your flight controller shock mounts, anti-vibration mounts, whatever you want to call them, and you've got your PDB. The front of the PDB is where the JST header is, and there's a little arrow which kind of indicates the front, and you've got these two pads at the back. So front, back, easy peasy, Japanesey. And what happens is these big holes simply go over your standoffs like that, and it's installed. Now you may wish to use some adhesive tape under there, or you may wish to put some insulation under there, but I don't believe it's required because this is a PCB, so it's actually insulated. There's no traces on the bottom, so you can just bang it straight on. It should be fine. I believe it's intended to be free floating. That's what I've heard Chad Nowak say, so I guess that's the truth. But if you want, you could put some tape under there or whatever. Now, the only other thing that leaves us with the PDB is a bit of a mystery as to what all these pads are, because they're not marked. The only marks on the PDB are the marks for the power, the positive pads. So we can probably guess that these are the negative pads, but what are all the rest? Well, I dug up my multimeter, and I've worked out, I believe, what is what, and I've come up with a little diagram to show us. So first, let's start off with what are the pads here. So if you look at this diagram I've got, that basically matches the same pattern as the pads on a given corner. So what you've got is the large pad here, that one there, that's a ground. The large pad on this side, that's your positive, your power. And these little pads here, that one here, or this one there, is your ESC signal. That one there, the topmost one, and the middle one is your ESC telemetry, if you've got ESC telemetry, and the right small pad, down here, or down here, that's your ground. So that shows us what the different pads on the different corners are, but we need to know where those pads go to on the header. So I've worked it out also with the multimeter using continuity checking. So assuming the header is oriented this way, then the pin here on the left, which is also the left of the quad, is the telemetry pin. The next pin in from the left is signal 3, so motor 3. And now I'm assuming you're using Betaflight and Betaflight motor layouts. If it's another kind of flight controller with a different motor layout, I'm not sure what number it is. But if you're using Betaflight layout, the second from the left is signal 3. The third from the left is signal 1. The fourth from the left is signal 2. The fifth from the left is signal 4. The sixth from the left is ground. And I don't know what the seventh from the left or the rightmost one is. I would guess when they have a more advanced a more advanced PDB, it's probably going to be power, but I'm not sure. It's just a blank, as far as I can tell, it's just a blank pin at the moment. So that's how the PDB works, and as I think I mentioned before, there are two different cables for it. You've got one cable like this, which has a plug on one end but raw wires on the other. That's intended for Betaflight and possibly Raceflight or other flight controllers. And the other is a cable that looks like this. It's got cable at one end which goes to the PDB, and two JSTs on the other end, which I'm not sure where they go. They're for the KISS flight controller. I hope you KISS guys can work it out, but at least you know what that wire is for. So that sums up the PDB on the ImpulseRC Reverb. I think I'll leave that there. So thanks guys, bye.